the only thing that can make me know me, it was through God only. Because you go to psychologists, they will tell you, yes, they help you put yourself together, but He is the source of everything. Because before I started my consultancy, I had to sell clothes. And then I sold secondhand for me to start my business. And I think going to China, it has taught me a lot because I was alone and needed that time. For me to spend time with my husband because he's busy, we always find a day in a week or maybe in 2 weeks because of our busy schedules. And then I talk. I don't just say my husband when he comes back to work and then I throw him gaditaba.
Yeah. Hi everyone, welcome to Motivation Corner, the biggest podcast in Wheatbank. Wheatbankers, this is for us, this is for all of us. So let's get on with today's week episode and let's enjoy the great content that we're going to be bringing today. This is Motivation Corner. I've said that we are here to inspire, to motivate, and to spread positivity across. And let me first welcome those who are here for the first time. Guys, thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you so much. You are welcome. And while listening and enjoying, please like the video and subscribe. And if you have something, a question or anything you want to say, please comment down below. And then those who are here always, every time, my day ones, guys, thank you so much for your consistent support, and thank you for always being here, and thank you guys. So today, guys, I thought, because the idea is to spread positivity, to bring people who are very powerful in our society, in the Wheatbank society, people we can see with our own eyes, people we can be able to access. So this week I've asked one of the powerful women, one of the powerhouse, like this woman, guys, she inspires me a lot. When I look at her on her socials, and I'm just so in awe of her and at what she does. What I love the most about her, she goes for everything. She will be like, every day when I look at her, she's doing something new, and I'm like, where does she get the strength? Okay, guys, let me welcome to you a mother, a wife, the business owner of Tineto Consulting Services, a marathon runner, a curious child, a brand, a business where she does this. You see this jersey I'm wearing, it's from her. And guys, and so many more things that I'm forgetting to mention. Guys, welcome to Tina. Welcome, Tina. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for honoring me. It's such an honor to come to this podcast. I've been waiting for it. I've been looking, I've been watching. There's so many beautiful women who've been here, and I'm really inspired. So my name is Tina Mananyetso. I am a mother of 3, and I've got one husband that I'm married to. I'm a sports lady. I do triathlon. So normally I'm no longer calling myself a marathon runner because I've done it before. And so now I am a triathlete. I can swim, I can do cycling, and I can also run. So all together we call it triathlete. So I am a businesswoman. I run a company called Tineto Consultancy Services that does taxation and accounting, and I'm also the owner of Curious Child. Curious Child has got 3 branches, or maybe I should say branches or not. It has got activewear. We just recently launched our activewear, and then we also have water, and I also do crocheting. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. You've always been eager. Like when I first asked you to come, you're like, yes, but you're a bit scared. You're like, I'm scared of the cameras, but I'm glad you're here. We're not gonna even go there. But thank you so much. Let's take it back. Who is Tina? Where does Tina come from? Where was Tina born? Let's take it. Let's start there. Where does Tina come from?
All right. Okay. Like I said, I'm Tina Buyo. I said I'm Tina, but I normally call myself Tina. because of the name. My name is Tinabo Chili Mananyetso. I was born in Venda and I was raised in a town called Makwarela. I schooled there up until I went to varsity in Victoria Technicon by then and then changed to TUT. So now I'm in Witbank. I came to Witbank because of work. So yeah, that's where I met my husband, whom we've got 3 kids together. So yeah, and then that's how my life has been built from all this. But I'm originally from Venda. I'm a Venda girl.
Proud one for that matter.
Proudly Venda.
I always see your kids when on your TikTok or whatever, you always like, I remember the other video where the kids was like, you know your mom is Venda when she eat pap and delele. So guys, she is a proud Venda woman. How do I know her? I know her from church. We used to go to church and we met at home cell, and from there we've been knowing each other. But there was a time where we lost contact because of, as we grow up. And then later found her back. Social media also bring people back. So I realized that you're now a runner. But that time when we used to go to church, you're not into sports. You were just a sister. So what happened? What inspired that for you to be so much into sports?
All right. Like I said, okay, I grew up in Venda. I think my background is coming from my parents. My parents used to love sports a lot. My father used to play tennis and my mother used to do a lot of aerobics, and then she used to run in those times. But then I didn't really think it was going to be a big thing for me. Then I met my husband and then I find that he was running. So my husband would always say to me, one day we're going to do comrades together. And I was like, okay, I started being interested. And then I remember when we have our first child, and then my husband, the first thing that he did as a gift for me, just to say we welcome our baby, my husband just brought a plastic full of sneakers and bras and ties and whatnot. So my husband has been an inspiration to me because he will call me every day around 9 a.m. I remember that year, and then I'll walk. And then he'll be talking to me, and then, how far did you go? Then I started being interested, and then he said, no, the next time you must run, and I started doing that. So, but then I didn't really start running. I started running nicely after I had my third child. So I was like, oh, how about I just go for it? And then I started running, and yeah, then I ended up being in comrades. I think I trained only for a year for comrades. I was a comrade runner. I was a marathoner. So that's where the interest comes from. So basically, it's the person who ignited the fire. It was my husband, because he has been in sports. He's been doing this for such a long time.
Mr. Mananyetso, we thank you. Look what you have done. And I feel like now you're even more than him, because you're doing the triathlete. Is he a triathlete?
Yes. No. Yes, my husband is not. He's just a runner. So now I think my husband didn't know that I'm going to go this far. And I think we always laugh about it that, no. You introduced me to this. So you deal with it, man. You must just deal with it. So yeah, now I am a triathlete and I love what I do. I think I just grew the interest in the sports industry that if I can run comrades 90 kilometers, what will stop me to do cycling? So all these things, mind you guys, I never do them in school. I never run. Not even walking, because of where we come from, there was no such sports. So then I started doing that, and then I didn't even know how to ride a bike. I remember I would teach myself riding a bike in the house with my kids. And it was such a joke because I'll be falling, and then my kids will be telling me, do this and that. I did it, and then I was like, okay, I want to swim because one day I want to do IronMan. Then I started taking the lessons and I went for swimming. And I think swimming was one of the toughest for me because it was tough and it took me time to learn how to swim. And then boom, and now I can do open water. I can swim in the oceans. I can do IronMan. I can ride a bike without falling. Yeah, we do fall sometimes, but it's no longer a big deal.
Yeah. You know how to pick yourself up as quick as
possible.
No,
I've had accidents. I fell and nearly broke my rib cage, and but I still go back because I love my sports. In sports, I feel like it's who I am, and I always say, if I had known it, known it when I was young, I could have been like very far because I love it.
You could have been representing South Africa in
Yes,
most of the things because it's possible.
Yes.
So, like, guys, I just wanted to comment that trust. When they said, when a wise man once said, give a woman something small, then you turn it into big. Look, he only introduced you to running. Now you're going overboard. Like, that's how powerful we women are. So you said you started running after 3 kids.
Yes.
So this is me trying to tell someone that you're never too old. You can never say, I'm old, I've gained a lot of fat, I no longer have the strength. What can you say to, like, starting old to those people? How do we motivate someone who, like, I do want to do this, but they want to bring certain excuses? How do we motivate them?
I think for me, I always say to women that no, not really to women, but I think most of my focus more is on women, because I think we tend to lose a lot of confidence when we have kids. But then I just look at me, somebody might say, no, you just have a body, it's the genes and whatnot. I normally don't look at that. I always look at what I love to do, and then what I always say, I can do it. If somebody can do it, I can do it. So I always say to women, you can do it if you want to. So for me, sports, I started I did my IronMan at 40.
40?
Yes.
Guys, she's over 40 then.
Yeah, I did my IronMan at 40, and IronMan, guys, it's IronMan 20.3. Like, it's a half Ironman. So what we do, we swim 1.9 kilometers in the ocean, or it can be a dam.
Open river.
Yeah, then we also do 90 kilometers cycling, and we also do 21 kilometers. These things I did them when I was already 40, and it requires a lot of training. It requires a lot of time. You spend time in the pool, you spend time training, you spend time in the gym, because what happens is that they give you the program for the whole week, so there's no time to rest. And then I can say, maybe if I was under, like, at my 20s, I was going to do better. But then I actually realized that sport has no age. You can still do it at any age. It just depends on how bad you want it, how determined you are. Because when you want something, I think we must just forget this thing that I'm a mother, I'm not going to lose weight. Hey, they said I'm big or whatever. Hey, what not? Just go for what you want. Any sport, just go for it. I'm still looking for something that I'll do next. It can be when I'm 50. So yeah.
This brings us to Curious Child. You just said it. You say you're still looking for something that you can do. Like, you're still looking for something new. So tell me about the Curious Child, because it explains you. I was like, she chose the right name because you seem curious. You want to do everything.
Yeah.
And that's what curiosity is. So tell me about Curious Child. How did it come about? Why the name?
I think Curious Child came when I was, like, busy with the sports, and I actually realized that people, they don't really understand. I think growing up also with my husband, growing in marriage together, I could see there's a lot of things that he doesn't understand about me. And then I'll get into the room, and then people believe otherwise. And then I started questioning myself, who am I? And then I'll look at my childhood, how I used to irritate my mother, not in a bad way, but I know, like, my siblings will attest to this. I used to be a problematic child because my mother, I think she never understood the kind of person I am. So then I started searching on who am I, why I get irritated by this when other people are loving it, why I always want to go for something, why I get bored if I'm doing one thing for such a long time. I get bored, I want to move on. I want to see what is next, So then I started searching. So I remember in one of my birthdays, I think I was turning 35, 36.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided that I'm not going to celebrate my birthday. I'm just going to book myself somewhere in a guest house. And then I said, I'm going to just pray. I'll go with my diary. And then I had a small speaker. And then on that day, I played the music almost the whole night. And I was just talking to God. And I said, God, I booked this room for you, that we can just speak. So I'm just going to sit with you and then talk. And then I started mentioning things that bothers me, like that bothers me about myself. Why am I not like this? Why do people like those kind of things? And then that's where God told me that you are just a curious child. Then I started searching what does curious mean, because I'll read a lot of books like psychology, because I wanted to find myself, what kind of character I am, the temperaments, and I'll do those kind of tests.
Personality tests.
Yeah, the personality test.
Yeah.
I'll do them after Googling, finding the questions. And that's where I find, I'm such a curious person. I get bored with these things. Because now I run companies and I'm like, what's next? Why should I be like going to Durban again and do the same route that I know?
Yeah, I get bored.
If I can do that, why not try something new? Like I'm that kind of person who just goes for projects. Like I normally call it projects. And I'm like, this is a new project. I so can't wait to do and see how am I going to do it. That's why I even go for pageant. Now for pageant, it was not like I want to be, because people were commenting that I've got a nice body or whatever. I just wanted to test myself, how far I can go. Can I be a lady? Can I be a lady in makeup? Can I walk in heels every day of my life because I love sneakers? Then can I just be that lady? And I learned a lot from there. I learned public speaking. I came out with a lot of things that I didn't know about myself. So that's why I call myself curious child, because curious child is a child that is always curious. And
So-
they go for that.
Are you saying to us, if maybe we have kids who are like that, we should embrace it, because that's who they are? You can never tame them or make them be in one thing for a long time. I'm sure even in school you used to get bored, ne?
Yeah, you must nurture it. I think for the school, I must say the school maybe bring the person in. Because, growing up, knowing that you're not good in school, you're always the last person. Like, who gets the marks, the last, and whatnot. And I think if I didn't have the supporting parents, I could have been somewhere. But I believe that if my parents knew better, then maybe they could have catch it up quickly. No, this is not where she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Maybe let's try her for something like art.
Yeah.
But then you were just there because that's what you know. You just go for accounting and whatnot. But then I actually realized already, it was just a phase that now it helps me when I look at my kids that probably this child is gonna pass this stage and be somebody else. Because look at me, I come back from and people, they don't believe when they look at me today. I failed so many times.
Tina.
I failed grades. I failed standard 7. I failed trick. Yeah, because I was not good at all. I was sitting in school and I am clueless. And then when I get to tertiary, that's where I started seeing that, okay, this is what I need to do. I started understanding myself. For me to be someone else, I need to do it 100 times. So then I started putting my goals that for Tina to pass this subject, she needs to start
More than everybody.
over and over. I'll stay where we were staying. I'll be reading one book over and over. Then I started understanding myself that, what, I can be someone. I can be somebody. I can actually do this. And for some reason, the more I do that, the more the way my intellect was changing. And then now I grasp things quick. And I can't, when I look back, I'm like, yeah, but what was happening? Yeah, but then now I still regard myself as somebody who's slow.
Yes, you do?
Yes, I do.
But Tina, you can't say you're a slow learner when you've taught yourself how to cycle, how to swim. There are people who we think they are so intelligent, they can grasp content so quick, but they still can't swim. And all that. I think, I don't know.
No, it's coming from understanding myself. Remember, for me to swim, guys, it took me a lot. And I just put effort. I put a lot of effort. And sometimes I'll be sleeping, trying to, I would train myself standing in the house, trying to put the arm together. this is what I need to do. Then I'll put it in my head, and then when I get to the pool, what I've learned outside, I'll come and do it. So for me, I still say I'm very slow, guys. It's that I put a lot of effort, and I understand myself. Meaning I am patient with myself to understand. Tina will get it. Let me wake up 10 minutes every day and do the bicycle. Let me wake up every 10 minutes every morning and do the bicycle 10 minutes. Then I'll catch it.
Oh, so the power is knowing and understanding yourself. I think if you have someone whom we regard as slow learner in the family, we just need to help them to understand themselves and embrace them and not be so impatient and harsh with them, and not expect a lot from them, just to be there for them.
Yes.
That's what you want.
Nature your child, or whatever that you have. Just nature them, try to understand them, learn about them. Because God created us differently. Obviously there's a purpose why this child is like this. And there's something good that comes out of that child. Meaning we don't have to compare them. You just have to understand, okay, this one is like this. Because I mean, for me, I always laugh and I said my older child is, I think he's kind of curious, just that he's very intelligent. But I see, because he irritates me so much, and actually realize this is how my mother used to feel about me.
Yeah, it's one version of yourself.
So he's like that. He's just like a younger version of me, because he wants to do what I do. And I get irritated, like, this child wants to do this, and he knows what he wants, you know. So I think it's like that.
So yeah, obviously he's gonna even be more than what you used to be. Yeah,
yes.
Because she takes, plus his dad is intelligent, so it's a mixture of all those things.
Yeah, you know, so it's just like that. I think that's why even my daughter had to do pageant. Because I said, you know what, if she wants to do it, let me go, let her go and try. And then I remember that year when she was doing the pageant, I said, next time we're going to do something. And you must see how the character she has, even more than me.
Wow.
I still think of, and I can see she's different from the boys. She does have her own character, which is very strong. You know, the way she stands, the way she presents herself, the way she talks, she's completely different from me. For me, I had to learn speaking and confident. My daughter is just confident, and because I saw that, I try to I'm nature
support
that you stand and so yeah.
Yeah, Tina, you have a lot, and we don't really want to have a long video, but yeah, there's a lot. So let's talk about crocheting. When did you learn that? And we obviously have talked about modeling. We won't go further than that unless people want us to talk more and more. They want to have you back, then we will have you back. But let's talk about crocheting, because guys, I don't know. This is the jersey she did. I'm sorry. Get it, guys. Tailor made. Sorry, just for me. By her, guys. So much talent. How did you learn? How did it come? Because now it's not like it's an in thing, Mantina. Why did you learn it? It's not like everybody wants to crochet now and
guys, in my space where I was the last person to do, you know, there's always something that God always plans in you. You know, I was like, the other day what made me do crocheting is that I've been asking God, what's next?
Oh.
And then I said to God, I think when I had that curious child, I said, God, in one of these things, because that day I wrote 36 pages. That amounts to
that weekend.
Yeah, he was just downloading who I am. It was done in one night and I didn't sleep. Literally didn't sleep. That place that I booked, I didn't sleep in that bed. I just...
You were sitting on the carpet.
Yeah, because I wanted to know me. And you know, the only thing that can make me know me was through God only. You know, because you go to psychologists, they will tell you, yes, they help you put yourself together, but He is the source of everything. So in one of the things that I wrote, they was like, God, what is it that I can do with my hands? And then now at some point when I was bored trying to find me, and then the other day I just find crochet, and I actually realized that I had and crochet somewhere in my closet. And then I just took it and then I just crocheted a head. And that time I was at my lowest point. and then I just crocheted something. And then a week later, I actually realized that, oh God, this is what I can do with my hands that I didn't, because I'm not a best cooker. Yeah, because cooking you need to love food as well. So I'm not a
don't really like food. Yeah,
you might. So then that's why I realized, oh, I can crochet. Then I started crocheting. Like, how about doing and see if I can do a jersey? Then I do the jersey and people like it. So I've been selling. I put my things out there and people buy them.
Yeah, we love them. They're beautiful.
So yeah, that's how I started crocheting.
Wow, Tina. And what else? Let's talk about guys. We'll put her details down below if you want her products. Are you ready for business?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So let's talk about your consultancy services. What do you do and how did you come about? I know you studied accounting. Did you ever work, do the job that you studied for?
No, when I come here, I was looking for SARS.
Oh, yeah.
But then by then, I did economic analysis, so I was not really good up with tax. But then, like I said, you actually realize it later. God always has a plans for you ahead.
So nothing ever happens in someone's life that is in vain.
I didn't study tax, and then he just put me there in bank, and I tried tax. And us 2 classes teaching us about income tax and whatnot, and then we attend the courses. That's where I learned tax. But then I left after that, after 2 years, and then I went to and work at the actually literally learning accounting. Then I started studying accounting because I did economic analysis.
Okay.
Then I started learning accounting. Then that's where I started my foundation. But then when I started, not my foundation, my consultancy, it didn't start like that. It was just a matter of, there's a scripture that I once read that you will melt like wax. It's just that I don't remember wax. I'll find it one day. And then it says it will melt like wax. And then for me, that melting the mountains when they were melting like wax, I just felt like God was saying, that's my pride. Because before I started my consultancy, I had to sell clothes. And then I sold secondhand for me to start my business. And I knew that God wanted me to understand the business before I can go to the big business where I deal with the clients. Because sometimes it's not easy to start there. And then I sold for the whole to support my family because my husband was in school and by then we already had 3 kids. So I had to sell clothes, I had to sell secondhand. And it was a success. And then the following year, God said, no, it's time now, you can do your consultancy. So then I just applied for my accreditation that they gave me this now. And I started. So it was not easy because of the background where I come from. Remember when you grow up, you are growing up in an environment where you are not regarded as someone. And then not people are saying it, but you can see in school, she's gonna get 20,
Yeah.
But they're not saying that with their mouth. And
you can see their energy.
Yeah, then it's not easy to start a business like that. And then obviously you have low self-esteem, which I had to deal with it for almost part of my 30-year-old. Like I've been dealing with low self-esteem because of the background, because of the past and whatnot. So for me to start this business, it was not easy because I was not trusting myself, but I had skills. But then I had to do it. I said, I'll see it when I get there. So now it's so funny that I don't do the work anymore. And people who does the job. But then I'm the brain behind it.
Tina, every time you talk, I always hear that thing that you are a risk taker.
Yeah, a lot.
You are a risk taker because you do doubt yourself a little bit, but you're like, I'm doing it. Where does that come from?
Knowing God, it helps. And you must know your strength and your weaknesses. And then your weakness, you put them to God. The strength, you still put them to God to give you more. Because there's something that comes out of your weaknesses.
If I can be honest, the reason I was like, I've always liked this podcasting thing, and then life happened and I was like now lazy. But seeing your statuses, how one day you like, I'm selling activewear, the other time you're running, I knew you as a marathon runner, then the next thing you're doing cycling, like I had to teach myself, like I was like, looking, do what you need to do. And I was like, I sat down with myself, it is your influence, I don't know, maybe like really, because I was like, I love this. And I really didn't go to school to study journalism so that I can ask the question or be good at talking. But I always felt like I need to put information. I'm passionate about people's well-being. And for me, the best way is to have a podcast like this. And I was like, I need to go back. And I was like, I'm going back. I'm not perfect, but I'll be perfect as time goes on. It's because of seeing you, how you always go for you like even early January, because I was still thinking, I was like, you went to China for the first time by yourself. As contact details, and let's say the rest is history. Here I am now, I'm doing this and I'm very, very committed to it. Like, do you have such testimonies from people? Because I really need to like compliment you, or to like, let's praise God for the person that you are. Like, you are a risk taker, and seeing you every day trying new things, it inspires us.
Yeah, no, I do get a lot of testimonies, and in one of my hashtags, I always say I'm born to inspire. And indeed, I think I'm living that life. I'm just inspiring. Not because of I'm the best. No, not because I'm the best, because I am just born. So whatever that I do, whether it may be bad or what, you still inspire someone, because I'm able to take the story and make it something else. That's why I always say, be yourself. I am myself. That's why you do see my status. I'm not covering anything. Obviously, I won't put everything out there, but I love being myself. I love feel like today I don't want to comb my hair and I walk like that. Today I don't feel like I just want to wear tracksuit. So that's what happens. And I think going to China, it has taught me a lot, because I was alone. And at that time, I had my
frustration,
but I made it. I think we spoke about it. I think we spoke about it some other time. I had a huge challenge. If somebody was just gonna die, or you were gonna cry and whatnot. But then I think that thing really made me strong. And being in a foreign country alone, no language, this language, they don't understand you. But you still say, girl, if you can run 90 kilometers, what is this? But then it was a different story, because it was like about 1,000 kilometers away from home, and you don't know anyone.
You can't even hug someone and be like...
But that thing, it has taught me a lot. But I think what I really learned about that is that I started doing a lot of talks alone, and I started recording them. So, in the morning I wake up, that story that happened, I shared with you because you were really following my journey, so I had to share. So I started to, I'm going to do, because I don't have anyone to talk to, I'm going to do the voice memos in my phone. Then I'll narrate the whole story. So every day when I come back from the hotel, I'll come and narrate my story. And most of the things, it was like the things that I asked God in the morning. And in the evening when I come to report again, it would be like, oh, he did it. It was that like more like ticking. And I actually realized, no, this is building me. This is teaching me to trust, not to trust anyone, but to trust your God, because this is the only person you can talk to. And, listening to yourself and answering yourself, it was the best thing ever. Because I made decisions for me, not to ask anyone. And I was like in my journey alone. So it was the best thing ever. I always advise anyone, do your solo trips. Tell me when you come back.
Yeah, I still want to do my solo trips. I think I would love them. I'm also that person who's very adventurous, and because people sometimes they track you down, like, let's go do this, and people are like, yeah, we're gonna do it, and when you get there, maybe you go to a certain location and you have to do something, people are like, why not? Like, you get more independent, but I still have to try like traveling alone, like very far, and see how it goes. I'm curious about that.
Go for it, girl.
Obviously, Tina, you've mentioned God. I wanted us to talk end with God, but also tell me, who are people like who support you? Who are your cheerleaders? Who do you get strength from?
I think I do have friends that are different levels.
Okay.
Even not all of them are Christians. I think the church builds us a lot, and not forgetting my siblings. My siblings are amazing because I think they are the most people who understand me more than anyone, you know. And for me, it's family, which is my husband and my kids and my siblings, my church where I fellowship. Obviously, I don't really have somebody that I can say is mentoring me, but then people
you have different mentors.
Yeah, I have different mentors. I know when I'm straight with this, I'm going to call my friend who's somewhere there, and then I know I'm sorted when I need this. Yeah, it's just like that. I don't really have a one mentor, like you said. I do have, I think the community around me, they build me. But then the most importantly that I do, and I'm not even shy to say it, I spend time with my God. I can be crazy and be doing IronMan and throw the bicycle away. Even my journeys, when I'm going to IronMan, it starts with God. In a way, I'll be having a vest that I stood on. And even when I swim in the ocean, you'll find me talking alone because God is my friend, He's here. And I'm like, are you here? And I start looking in the water and are you here? And then because of the relationship that we have, I feel His presence. So for me, God is my source. God is everything to me.
So you are a mother, you are a wife, and you seem so busy. How are you managing the mothering, the wifing, the businesses, the thing? Give us a secret because it's a lot, eh?
Manage your time, guys.
And be open with people.
Yeah, be open about it because I think people, they always ask me that question because they are looking at somebody. Even if you have 2 hours with your husband, it's still time. It depends on how you guys do things. Remember, in terms of that, now I'm one person that I'm 24/7 with my kids. And people, they don't believe it. 24/7, my kids are always here. Because, you know why? I take my kids to school myself. And then when they come back, they came back to me. I still sit with them up until I knock off. So what I do is that I manage my time. I think earlier on I was saying to you that for me to spend time with my husband because he's busy, we always find a day in a week or maybe in 2 weeks because of our busy schedules. And then I talk. I don't just say my husband when he comes back to work and then I throw him gaditao.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to hear me. And for me, I find it working. That's why I said you must just manage your time. So meaning for me to train, I need to wake up in the morning. There's times where I wake up at 4 and sit in the bike. By 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock, everyone is sleeping. What are you going to say? Who are you disturbing there?
No one.
Who's not having your time there? Because it's between 4 and 6 and then you train. And then you're done with your day. 7 o'clock, your kids are in school. Then during the day, you're working. If you get time, then you must just cut your lunch and quickly go to gym and swim. That's what I do. So for me, management is important. That's why I get to gym. I don't talk. I run because I have time. My time is not on my side. I have to quickly go to work. So for me, time management is important. That's why I'm able to do all these things. And for me, most importantly, me is very important than anyone. Nurturing Curious Child is very important because when Curious Child Tina is happy, everyone is happy around me.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, you've spoken so much about God. As this is the last thing we're talking about, what can you I'm inspired. I'm a Christian myself, but I get that you spend a lot of time with God. I'm sure even coming here, I'm sure you're still talking to God.
I do that.
How do you do it? It's just a decision, or you're so inclined with God, man. It's so great to hear when you say it. say, God, I'm booking this time so that me and you can have time and you tell me about me. Because most of the time we ask our friends, we want to understand ourselves through people. But Dad, like Tina, how do you know your relationship with God? How did it go to that extent?
Because I had no one to go to. And if you remember, I said for me, I think I was very irritating to people. And I actually realized that the only person who knows me better is God. And for me, walking with God was the best thing ever. Now, I'm meditating on the scripture, and you all know it. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding, and in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. For me, I had to go and look in a diary, what is dictionary, what is acknowledge. Acknowledge is to, you have to accept, you have to bring it as it is. You're acknowledging. So people, we always say we have to acknowledge Him with the things that are good, but then it doesn't help for you to acknowledge with the good things whereas you still see them. So why don't you just make Him your friend? Or, hey God, hey, today I felt like drinking, yes. You know? And that's
I was thirsty, Dad.
Yeah, like, no, I was thirsty, God. And hey, have the conversation with Him and stop making God as this big God who's not reachable.
Yeah.
Hey, because now when you put Him out there, you're not going to find Him because He's not reachable and now you're struggling. So for me, I saw the relationship. I still say walk with God. China has taught me to walk with Him literally. Because of, I think, this new thing that I developed, the one that I do, the voice memos, it was the killer for me because I speak to Him every day. When I wake up, I tell Him the day.
During the day, like,
during the day,
today's going well.
Because now I can't even really pray, like the traditional prayer, like, hey, Father, in the morning, I speak. I said, God,
but I think that's what prayer is meant to be.
Yeah,
talking to God.
It's
not that thing that we do and then you're like, oh, I think it's too acting. You just have to talk.
And now God. I get irritated if I'm too busy and I say, did I talk to you? Did I talk to you? And I get irritated. I can feel I'm irritated because I haven't acknowledged with God. Oh, I saw this one. Oh God, you know what? So that's how it is. I feel like build relationship with God. You just build it. Wow. He's such a loving Father. And He will direct your steps. You will falter somewhere, but He will direct your steps. And it's up to you if you want to hear Him. It's up to you. It's all in the decision. Decision making. You're like, I want to hear God. And you're going to hear Him. Because for me, He's my source. I rather not say anything to anyone before I tell Him. Wow. Yeah, I rather. Even when I've got issue, I will sit and say, God, let's first talk about this. And then I shout and I speak the way I want. And then I know. Then I'll just feel like there's a peace. And I still go back because I acknowledge Him. I hear Him. And I was like, oh, God, you did it, ne? Now I've got peace. You did it, ne? And sometimes I'll cry. So my car is like my studio for me and God and my bedroom, So that's how it is.
Oh, guys, I'm so inspired. Like, this is life-changing for me. I hope someone who's watching and listening will take... This is a lot, guys. This is a powerful podcast, like, episode. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy and get as much as possible from this. And the good thing is it's going to be on YouTube. So every time you want to hear, you'll always have to visit it. Tina, thank you so much for sharing your life with us. I know it's not all of it, but thank you so much. Do you have anything like you want to say to anyone to like out there, put it out there before we close?
Yeah, no. You might say I'm talking too much
about
God.
No, say it. When it's about God especially, no, just say it.
No, I just want to say to everyone that be yourself and be you. It makes it easier when you are you. And, please incorporate it with God and you see. Incorporate it with God, you see yourself and you understand yourself. All these things will never bother you again. So that's my take today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, if you got something, please comment down below. Your comments are very, very important. But first thing, once you open this video, please click a like, and so that this video gets to be seen by a lot of people, because the more you like, the more it gets suggested for other people to watch. So please like. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, so that you also know when we have uploaded, and hit that notification bell, so that when we upload, you are first to know, without even me having to post it on my WhatsApp, on my social medias. But from me and Tina and Bethany Media, we just want to say thank you for watching. Have a good day or night, whatever time you'll be watching. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.